video.
Below. ಶುರು ಮಾಡದ? Hari Om to all Atma Jyotis present here. In the absence of Yashmita, I have been here to conduct this session. Let us start with the prayer. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The first speaker of the day is Jai Shri, who will be speaking about Viveka and Vairagya, and Mamta ji will be the Purva Pakshi to Jai Shri's talk. And this whole session is about the Sadana Chatushtaya. So the first two sadhanas, that is Viveka and Vairagya, is taken up by Jai Shri Prasad.
Thank you. Hari Om, Ella Atma Jyotigalige. ನನ್ನ ಅನಂತ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಶ್ರೀ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಯವರ ಪಾದಗಳಿಗೆ. ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ವಿವೇಕ ಅಂಡ್ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಟುಡೇ. ವಿವೇಕ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹಂಸಕ್ಷೀರ ನ್ಯಾಯ. ಬೈ ನಿತ್ಯ ವಿವೇಕ, ಆತ್ಮ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ವಿವೇಕ, ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಜ್ಞ ವಿವೇಕ. Simply put, discrimination of good versus bad, truth versus untruth, dharma versus adharma, shreyas versus preyas. Vairagya is also born of viveka, and both go hand in hand together, just like Adi Shankara has told in Viveka Chudamani. Just like a bird's two wings, they push down to uplift itself into the air, to enlightenment, far away from this samsara. Viveka and Vairagya are just like the two wings of a bird, which goes higher up for enlightenment. Viveka is power of judging rightly, and Vairagya is following correct course of action based on wisdom, knowledge, and discrimination. Let us understand Vairagya. The word Vairagya is derived from the word raga. Raga means the attraction which arises due to pleasure out of experience of a sensory object. And Vairagya is the opposite of Viraga. Vairagya is the opposite of raga. That is that means absence of attachment to the sensory experience. And this also includes Vairagya, though derived from raga, also includes dvesha. Dvesha is the repulsion or the aversion you experience on account of undesirable experiences. Vairagya is indifference to sensual enjoyment. Raga and dvesha are strong. I'll be speaking a little more on raga and dvesha. Raga and dvesha are strong negative forces which create pain and disturbance in the mind. And they both govern, raga and dvesha both govern viveka and vairagya. How do we get attached? Raga and dvesha are two feelings that drive our day-to-day life. Doing or thinking what we like gives us pleasure. And so we try to do more of this, and it becomes a habit pattern to do things what we like. And because of this, we come into karma bandhas. And karma will be entangled in samsara and karma bandha, and want more of it, to do more of it because we like it. opposite is also true. We develop an aversion to what causes us pain and discomfort and would not like to do it as it is painful. It is this attachment to what we like and aversion to what we dislike leads to suffering and karma bandha. And I don't know whether it's appropriate. Man with a langoti, a sannyasi had renounced life and had gone to Himalayas for meditation, and he had just two langotis. He loses one of them, and in search of it, he realizes it is a rat which has stolen it. He's so attached to his langoti, and it is a must and needed for him also. He raises a cat to catch the rat. To feed the cat, he has a cow. To take care of a cow, he has a wife. So the samsara bandhana, though he just for the sake of a langoti, he gets stuck up in the samsara bandhana all over again. Same way, non-fulfillment of desires leads to negative emotions like anger, hatred, etc. Most of raga and dvesha is driven by sensory organs like what we see through our eyes, taste, smell, touch. We get attached to these objects of sights as like objects of sensory objects, like we are attached to our family members, money, my house, my grandchildren, my clothes, my watch, my TV, my bed. So the list is endless and it goes on. Kids are attached to their toys. Young teenagers are attached to their electronic gadgets. So why do we feel attached to these objects? We attach a sense of identity to these items. I say it is mine, it is me. So we get a lot of happiness because we are attached. It is our ego which is getting satisfied, and because of this, I identify my own happiness with raga and aversion with dvesha. Coming to vairagya, vairagya could mean either non-attachment or detachment. It is detachment when we are already attached and we want to move away from that sensory attachment. And it is non-attachment when we want to avoid getting attached to something new. Like I am addicted to my phone message. Every time it pings, I want to look at it. So by non-attachment, I want to, or detachment, I want to stop looking at the phone. That addiction, I want to give up. This is one small example for vairagya to develop. Does vairagya mean we don't enjoy anything in life? We want to enjoy all aspects of life without getting attached to the results of it. Like coffee attachment. Early in the morning, I would love to have a cup of coffee, and hot and flavorable cup of coffee. Suppose I don't get it one day on time. There's no milk, there's no sugar or no coffee powder. I get very angry, I get very irritated, I get a headache. So avoid this kind of attachment. Enjoy the coffee when you have it, but don't be too much attached to for the outcome of the results if you don't get it. Another example, a student was expecting 95% in his exams, and he gets 90% only when the results come out, and he goes into depression. This is also unnecessary. 90 is not less. He can do better next time. So do your duty. Don't be attached to the results of this. And Viveka and Vairagya are both, as our host mentioned, it is part of Sadana Chatushtaya. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, Samadhana, Shraddha, and Mumukshatva. Practicing all these leads us on the path of enlightenment and sadhana. You have no desire at all, like a full-grown tree, which flowers and fruits not for its own sake, but for Lokahitaya. Nothing to add, nothing to lose. I am full within myself. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. And no more intolerance. Be kind and be compassionate. How do we develop Viveka and Vairagya. Krishna tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Karmanye vadika raste ma paleshu kadachana. That acting with Vairagya means doing the right thing for its own sake, because it has to be done without worrying about success or failure. Coming to this.
Jayashree ji, I think the time is up, and maybe a little more also. Can you
Okay.
just take a few seconds to conclude?
Yeah, I can conclude. So don't torture your body. I was asked to speak both on Viveka and Vairagya. So, I have overshot. I managed for 2 minutes more. That was the reason. Don't torture your body. I'll take another 2 minutes. Don't torture your body for Vairagya. Tread a middle path of, as body is an instrument for self-realization. Have whatever is needed for the body, like good nutritious food. Don't gluttony, don't overeat. Have common sense sadhana. Don't have smashana vairagya. I have got diabetes. I'll give up all sweets. I'm not going to buy saris. I have too many saris. So people say, I have given up this, given up that. But spiritual practice does not mean involving anything, giving up or taking, but practicing a dharmic life. Control your mind by shama and dhamma. Vairagya is necessary, but use your common sense and take whatever is needed for your roti, kapda or makan and for your retirement. And don't be attached to it. Have a perfect balance. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jayashree ji.
Yeah.
Sorry for the maybe.
It's okay. It's okay. I had.
Yeah. So the time was a little more, so I had to.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
So your self-evaluation?
I should have covered a little more on Viveka and how Vairagya can be developed. Both of them. I was short on that.
Okay. So Mamta ji, she can ask the question to Jayashree ji.
You need to unmute.
Please unmute.
Hari Om Jayashree ma'am.
Hari Om.
I think 2 topics on one day was too much for you to cover both the things.
Yes, I couldn't do justice. Yeah.
I think one would have been better, or both of them could have been done in a little bit shorter. Examples also was very good and all about this sannyasi having a cat and all those things, a rat and all those things. So the examples and so were very good.
Thank you.
In total, only the timings you had to adjust a little.
Maybe I overshot. Yeah. I don't know by how much. Yeah.
Perhaps the examples could have been decreased.
Lesser. Yeah.
Point out whatever you wanted to do it. So otherwise everything was fine. But just one thing, it would be better if you don't see the papers and do it. You understand it, and whatever you understand.
I was not confident. I was not very confident. I was looking more this time. I was not confident at all. I know. Next time I will not.
Yeah.
Somehow I was not confident. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Nothing to be sorry. Everything is a learning.
Yeah.
Everyone does it. But just one point that I'm just pointing out, that if you can, whatever you understand is what you put it out over here. All of us here are just to help out each other. That's all.
Okay.
Otherwise, everything was good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very well said, Mamta ji. Thank you so much. So, Jayashree, good talk. So, all the points that Mamta ji said, that was the feedback.
Yeah.
But one question. Why do we need to develop Viveka and Vairagya? Why do we need it? What?
Yeah. Path of sadhana to the enlightenment. And it is step by step. We have to sensory organ. We think we get happiness out of sensory organs. We are not getting it, and it's not eternal. It is anitya. So we get Viveka and Vairagya helps us to develop all
Yes.
these qualities, and we'll be on the spiritual path of enlightenment.
See, so spontaneously you gave the answer now.
Yeah,
That's
it
how
gives
you need to, the whole talk can be can proceed like that.
Actually,
Like
Viveka and
mom-
Vairagya are both mental habits. The mind has to be controlled by developing good habits, so that you have Viveka, Vairagya at every point you apply and you get it.
Very good. See, that's what I was trying to bring out your natural, the wisdom you already have. You just have to express it.
ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಗತ್ಯನೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡದೆ, ಈ ಸತಿ ನಂಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ಏನ್ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Very good points. Thank you so much. So next time, of course, we'll see Jayashree more spontaneous.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So Kantiji, please announce the timing, and we'll request Gayatri ji to give the first bell at what was the timing we had given to everyone? Any idea? Does anyone remember?
5 to 7 minutes.
I thought it was 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes. So first bell 4 minutes, Gayatri ji, and the second bell at 5 minutes. Will that be okay, Gayatri?
Please give 5 minutes. 4 is too less.
Yeah.
4 is too less.
Okay, 5 minutes, and then
5 to 6 minutes you can make it.
5 to 6
6
first
is
bell
okay.
and 6 minutes second bell. Okay. Then we request you
How
to
much
stop.
time did I take? How much time did I take?
Must be around 9 to 10 minutes.
Too much. Sorry. Sorry.
All right. So yeah, Kantiji, you please take over.
Yeah. The next participant is Siddhanti is Gayatri ji, but somebody else has to keep the time for her talk. Who would
No, I
volunteer?
think she'll manage. She will enable automatically, no?
Oh, is it? Oh, then that's okay. Because I don't know what happens in this group. Because we have an individual showing the time.
Yeah. But today Gayatri will manage.
Yeah. Last time Purnima ji did mention that, we should have our own timers and then maintain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gayatri ji will be speaking on Shama and Dama, and Suma
Yeah.
will be the Purva Pakshi to her.
So I'll first start the timer and then.
Yeah.
Okay, done. So the topic given is Shama and Dama. Coincidentally, this morning Guruji spoke about Shat Sampati. So this comes in Shat Sampati is, as you people already know about Tattva Bodha and Shat Sampati. I will not go into details. Shama is Mano Nigraha and Dama is Indriya Nigraha. Shama is about, they say it's about controlling the mind. So sometimes controlling means suppressing. So it's not about suppressing. Shama, I mean, literally it means Shanti, or it also means Samatvam, balance, equanimity, a balanced mind. So it's said that to learn Vedanta, it's expected that you come with a balanced mind. And Dhamma is Indriya Nigraha, it's control of external sense organs. As I said, it's not suppression. So here, controlling of external sense organs means intelligently, you're directing your sense organs towards right objects, towards a right goal. So why do you, I mean, I don't know if the order is intentional or random, but first Shama comes and then Dhamma. So they are saying first, purify the mind, balance the mind, clean up the mind, and then control the sense organs. So because sense organs are the gateway for, it's like the gates for which it's like an entire ocean of data is coming through the external sense organs to the mind. So And here mind has to be purified first so that it can take control over the sense organs and direct the sense organs towards a right path. Hence, I think first Shama comes, fix the mind or purify the mind and bring the mind to a balanced state. And then, then Dhamma comes, where with this purified intellect and mind, control your sense organs, direct your external sense organs towards the right direction. So Shama and Dhamma is given a lot of importance. If you see in Bhagavad Gita 18.42, they speak about Shama and Dhamma. The meaning is given here. So how does this Shat Sampati thing come into picture? So as Guruji told, so the journey is like this. In earlier days, we'll talk about earlier days where first the Brahmopadesham is given, where the child is told that you are Brahman. So now you have to realize that, they are told that they are Brahman. Now the realization part comes, where they are sent to a Gurukulam. In the Gurukulam, I think the first 8 years or 12 years is taken to develop this Shat Sampati, Sadana, Chatushtaya, everything, which will prepare them for the Atmajnana. And how does this happen? They start with Bhiksha, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and then, the teachings given by the Guru. So all these activities in the Gurukula will help them. It's the means to develop the Shat Sampati. And Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Shraddha, here in Gurukulam, the crux of the most important thing that is told in Gurukulam is, follow the Guru. Listen to, Guru's words are considered as Ishvara's command. So you all know about that Uddalaka example, where the Guru asked him to take care of the leakage in the agricultural field, and this guy, unable to stop the leakage, he himself will, sleep there to stop the water from leaking. So I think entire night. So that's how they used to develop Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Shraddha, everything, just following Guru's words. So let's come to today's world. So we don't have any environment from our childhood to develop all these Shat Sampati. So that's why what was natural in olden days developed in a very young age. It's a huge effort for us today. So what do we do now? But unconsciously, we have been developing this in various situations in life, like in exams, a kid preparing for IIT, he knows how to control his mind and sense organs. Person working in office, we do pujas and vratas. We are also developing our Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha there. And when we have health issues, we also develop. But here, what's happening is, our Shat, whatever we are doing, it's driven by fear and desire. It's a imposed discipline. It's not it's a imposed discipline. Whereas for a seeker, when the desire for mumukshatva happens and when we meet a Sadguru, that is where consciously we start developing this Shat Sampati. It's a conscious, so from fear-imposed discipline, we come to a self-imposed discipline. And that is where this, from discipline to disciple, the journey happens. So what happens when you come to the Sadguru? Sadguru creates various opportunities. He won't impose, but he will create the opportunities to develop the Shat Sampati. So that is the summary. Thank you. Questions?
It was a very good talk, and we can have your self-evaluation and then question by Suma.
Self-evaluation is okay. I forgot what were the points, but yeah, I tried to be around the topic and followed the time, 5 minutes. I think I crossed maybe 5.5 minutes. And then examples, not much. I could get one shloka from Bhagavad Gita, so I used it. That's all. Who is evaluating me?
Yeah,
Actually, it was a very good talk, Gayatri ji. I really don't have much questions, but yeah, even I had listened to Prabhuji's videos, and you also covered the same thing. It was really good talk. Yeah.
Okay.
Vaniji is here.
Welcome, Vaniji, and since you were for the whole of Gayatri ji's talk, you can evaluate and give the feedback to Gayatri ji.
Thank you. Hari Om to everyone. Why don't you evaluate, Kantiji? You go ahead.
It's okay, Vaniji, you can do. Gayatri ji means
As
some
it is,
fear in
Gayatri
me. She
says
said
if she
fear should
sees
not be there,
me,
fear comes out.
if she sees me, she feels it's a strict headmistress
Yes.
or principal, she says.
I'm
So,
wondering, Kantiji, why are you doing it? It's going to be very strict evaluation.
no, actually, it was a very nice presentation. You had very good slides and all the points were covered there. A right amount of weightage was also given to different points. Only thing was that sloka could have been also, at least the translation could have been read out rather than
Where,
just
Vaniji, no
dictating.
time at all. Two topics in 5 minutes. What to do?
Yeah, probably we should make it 7 minutes or give one topic, I guess. I think next session is going to be 7, right, Purnimaji?
Yeah.
It keeps on increasing. So 5 minutes and then...
Actually, it was complete Sadana Chatushtaya for everyone. We have broken
Yeah.
it up, actually.
And the Gurukula example was excellent, really. How they do it in the Gurukula, why they do it like that.
Oh, I
And
just
how-
heard it this morning from Guruji, so I thought I'll.
Yeah, Sadguru's life is his message. So
Yeah.
watching the Sadguru, living with the Sadguru and Guru Ma, and unconsciously they imbibe everything from them. The way of life, the way of being, everything gets imbibed. So I think it came out really well.
Thank
The
you.
ending can be a little more effective. I think towards the end, the relief becomes overwhelming. I'm done. So ending can be have a little more punch next time.
Yeah.
So I think otherwise, great talk.
Thank you, Vaniji.
So, Gayatri requests you to ring the bell really, loud for us, for the speaker.
Oh, it was not audible?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
And one more thing is, if somebody...
I can do one thing. If nobody is having any screen to share, I can share my clock as a screen sharing. I don't know if that works or not.
Yeah, I think it'll work.
Yeah, if you are spotlit and your screen is
Yes,
showing...
I think it's a good idea. Two spotlights. Yeah, we will do that.
Okay.
And if anybody is still exceeding the time by too much, more than a minute or something, I think either the timekeeper or Kantiji or somebody can verbally remind once, rather than allowing it to exceed to 10 minutes or something.
Gayatri, if you screen share, what if the presenter wants to screen share?
I didn't understand.
Yeah, that is also there.
If the speaker wants to share screen like you did, what do we do?
Yeah. Then I just have to, tell because you said it's not audible.
You have to tell then.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, done. Let's quickly move to the next speaker, please.
Yeah, the next speaker is Padmajaji. She'll be speaking on Titiksha and Uparati. And Gayatri will be the Siddhanti for that.
Purva Pakshi.
All right.
Purva Pakshi, yeah.
Hari Om Atma Jyotis. So today topics are Uparati and Titiksha. Uparati in Sanskrit literally means stop. Stop from overindulging in sensual pleasures. In a deeper sense, Uparati, Upa means up and Rati means love. Have uplifting thoughts and direct your love towards these elevating thoughts. You all have seen a tap. So when you open the tap, the water flows downwards. Why? Because the nature of the water is to flow downwards. Similarly, the nature of our mind is to drift, to wander. So what do? We store the water in the overhead tanks, and from the overhead tanks, it comes onto the taps. You open the tap when required and close it when not. In a similar way, we have to store these uplifting, elevating thoughts in the upper chambers of our mind and then open the taps. So in our world, we have to talk, we have to act, we have to think. There are so many activities we do, but we all need to do it in a moderate way. Open the taps as and when necessary. That is why they say, mita bhashi, mita ahari, mita vyavhari kind of thing. So there's a very apt story for it, King Midas story. So in the King Midas was overly obsessed with gold. So whatever he touches, it should become gold. But in the end, that same pleasure of gold turned into pain when he touched his own daughter, and she turned into gold. Hence, do not let the senses rule you. And if you keep your taps always open, the overhead tanks will become empty. So that's about Uparati. So the next one is Titiksha. Titiksha means the endurance or the tolerance without being anxious or lamenting or suffering. A beautiful shloka in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka number 14 says, I'll just recite it. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkhada agama payino nityas tantitikshasva bharata. So the translation is something like this. The non-permanent appearance and disappearance of happiness and sorrows is like the appearance and disappearance of summer and winter season. They arise from sense perception. So one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So beautiful shloka on Titiksha that has come in Bhagavad Gita. So Titiksha is that power which a sadhaka cultivates in oneself, by which the unpleasant visions of life is seen in proper context and proper color. And hence they are tolerated. They are not tolerated because there is no other option. It is because now that sadhaka is able to see, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant in its proper color, in proper context. And that is when we, able to tolerate that. So a beautiful story on this is a snake and the saint. There lived a venomous snake in the outskirts of a village. And it used to bite whoever will pass that way. So villagers were very scared and, they used to be away from that. So one day when a saint was passing through that place, the villagers warned him not to go towards that venomous snake. However, the snake went and spoke to that snake saying, it's not a dharma, it's not the right thing to bite people. You need to have titiksha or the tolerance. It's not good to bite people. So being in the presence of an enlightened saint, the snake agreed and, said yes. And the saint went on his way. However, while on his return, the snake was shocked to see, the saint was shocked to see this snake in a very pathetic condition, with all bruises all over the body, almost in a kind of dying condition. And so he just asked, what has happened? So the snake said that, I just followed your advice. You have asked me to be tolerant, to have titiksha. So I was just stopped biting people, and they started hitting me with sticks and was throwing stones and all this. So I said, the saint said, my dear friend, you misunderstood me. I told not to bite. However, I never said do not hiss. Titiksha doesn't mean, suffering. Tolerance is right, but doesn't mean suffering. You need to self-protect yourself. You need to have the self-respect. You need to, have that kind of tolerance with you. And it definitely doesn't mean suffering. So that is the actual meaning of titiksha. So Uparati and titiksha are beautiful qualities a seeker must possess to understand the reality of life. Otherwise, we are just living a superficial life. Thank you. I think well in time.
It was a very good talk. And maybe a little more than what the time was needed. You took. Can I know what is the exact time that she took, Gayatri ji?
5 minutes, 15 seconds.
Perfectly fine, no? 6 minutes was the limit.
No, I have made it 5.5 minutes, so I just stopped it because earlier the plan was 4 to 5 minutes. So I have actually planned it that way that within 5 minutes I was little overshooting that time. So I just wanted to have that 4 to
So
5
then
minutes thing.
You are
Yes.
maybe perfectly with the time that you have taken, because 4 to 5 minutes was done and 15 seconds is extra. That's what was told, you know.
Yes, yes.
So you can make your self-evaluation, Padmaja.
I think Purnima and last time I think Vani ji and Gayatri, they have given me some few comments on not reading it from the textbook or book, not follow the timings well within the scheduled time. And I think I think this time I did incorporate all those points. Apart from that, I have included stories and shlokas along with the meanings. I think fairly, in my opinion, I did a good job.
So you feel that you have improved from your previous talks, and you have incorporated the feedbacks that is given. That is the positive sign of your talk today. Now we will go to Vaniji for the feedback.
What about Purva Paksha?
Yeah, what about Purva Pakshi?
I don't have any questions.
So then Vaniji.
So I have a question for Padmadaji. You said that Uparati depends on sense control. It is related to sense control and mind control, yes. But in what way is it different? It's a step up from mind control and sense control, right?
Yes. Uparati basically, it's not here. I don't know about controlling. It is more of, not letting the senses rule,
You gave the definition very well when you said Upa is up,
yeah,
something high, Rati is love. So love for what is for the higher truth, can say.
That's right.
So when that love for higher truth blossoms in the sadhaka, automatically the question of control becomes irrelevant.
That's true.
So that is where it differs from Shama and Dama. Because now that there is passion for the higher truth, automatically trying to control something doesn't arise.
Very, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Because
So that
we are only working towards those. We are working on those elevating, uplifting thoughts, which is for our good and the betterment of others around us.
Correct. And one more question I had was, we have Uparati and then we have Titiksha.
True.
So is that order relevant in some way?
Yeah, I think it is relevant because having uplifting thoughts, and working towards them, and then, you have the tolerance with respect to whatever you're working on, being tolerant to this is also, in my opinion, is what we need to do. Tolerance in all aspects of life. It's not just one. So you first have these things, place your thoughts in a good position, have those kind of thoughts, work on it, and then have the patience to see the results of whatever you're working on.
So the higher truth kind of takes over. When Uparati comes, the love for higher truth takes over. So when the love for higher truth takes over, all the things that happen to you in transactional life that are happening to the body, mind, and intellect also lose their power over your moods, or they can no longer affect your mood so much. They can no longer seem so overwhelming. They become smaller in proportion. how much
True.
attention you pay to them, it reduces automatically because all your attention is engaged in
True.
higher pursuit. So that is why there is a step-by-step given in Shat Sampati. So it may not always be step-by-step or sequential, but when Uparati is there, Titiksha becomes automatic next thing. So it is good if we can bring out those subtler connections when we talk. But otherwise, I think, compared to last time, like you yourself evaluated, it's a great step up. It was a joy listening to you.
Thank you for all your feedback. I think it's a very constructive feedback that you're all giving. So it obviously helps.
Yeah. So there was a continuous flow, and the story was a relevant story which you brought in. Probably next time you could compress that kind of story a little bit and give a little more weightage to the tattva part.
Done.
But because the story was there, it made it interesting. You had quotes, the order in which you spoke, the order in which the points came. Everything was really well done. So big step up from last time.
I did practice a little.
I think you have practiced for the timing also a lot. A lot of effort has gone.
Yes, I did practice. I was looking at how long it was taking. I think it took me around 8 minutes. I said, this is not going to work. So what should I cut short? What should I not? So.
Wow, from 8 to 5 is a lot of effort. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vaniji, and thank you, Padmaja-ji. Now we have Indra-ji, who will be speaking on Shraddha. And Padmaja-ji will ask the question.
Hari Om everyone. My topic is Shraddha, that is faith. To understand Shraddha, we need to understand 3 words. Like one is the trust, belief, and the faith. The trust it depends upon the existence. When we trust our parents or the nature or the sun, all these things we need not have any verification. So this trust depends upon the existence. And next is the belief. The belief is made by the society, like having any belief on the religion or God or any methods or any philosophy. All this is made by the society, and it doesn't have any verification. It is next comes the faith. The unverified fact is the belief, and when that is verified, it is knowledge. So next comes the faith. When we have few faith, we have few beliefs, and when that is verified, few vanishes, and some beliefs we have on God, and that cannot be verified because we are not qualified to that level. But when we understand that God or self-realization is beneficial for us, we have to convert that belief into a Shraddha, that is a faith. So for this to go forward, we need a guru and the teachings. So we have to have faith in guru and the teachings. And who is guru? Somebody who we believe that he has understood the truth is guru. And the guru has 2 qualities. One is Shrotriyam and the other is Brahmanishta. Shrotriyam has the ability to communicate the truth to us in a very simple way so that we can understand. And the Brahmanishta is he himself is realized. So Ramana Maharshi says, in the presence of such person, we feel the presence. We feel the peace, and our mind becomes, with the teachings of Guru, our mind gets peace and the calm. When what Guru teaches is based on Vedanta. Guru's life itself is an example of his teachings. When we get such a Guru, now our belief becomes Shraddha. And I want to quote a shloka from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka number 39. Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatpara samyatendriyaha gnanam labdhva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. Faith means it is a firm confidence in the words of Guru. Like it takes lifetimes to have a faith itself that we need to be in the satsang. So Krishna says such faith leads us to a knowledge which gives perfect peace. Here Shankaracharya says, Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Drido Vishwasa Shraddha. If we place our faith in Guru and the scriptures, our path starts getting illuminated with divine knowledge. To tell more about the faith, there's a story about Shankaracharya's disciple. He's Sanand. He was illiterate. He didn't know about anything about Vedanta. Whenever their teachings about Vedanta is going on, he sits in front of Guru and he keeps listening, understanding that there is something important is going on. So once he was washing Guru's clothes across the other side of the river, and everybody comes and sits in front of Guru for the teachings. So Guru didn't start. Shankaracharya waits, and everybody is like, why you're not starting? He says, Sanat has to come. And he called, and they say he's illiterate, he doesn't understand anything. He wanted to, tell them, to make them understand the strength of the faith, what he has. So he calls out for him Sanand. So the Sanand, who is across the river, hears his Guru calling, and he doesn't even realize the river in front of him, just puts his feet on water and starts running. So whenever he puts his feet on the water, there is a lotus blooming at the bottom of his feet. And he reaches Guru and he says Pranam. And he starts praising Guru in the very sophisticated Sanskrit language. He started praising Shankaracharya. He is one of the main 4 disciples of Shankaracharya. And by the virtue of that faith, he has got the knowledge. And from Shvetashwar Upanishad, there is this shloka, Yasya deve para bhaktir, yata deve tata gurau, tasyaite katita hyarta prakashante mahatmanah. To that soul who gets staunch of faith in God and his Guru, all the meanings of Vedanta automatically gets illuminated in the heart. So likewise, the divine knowledge has a process to be imparted. One of the features of that process is the faith. So that is not a blind faith. It is very thought out, well rationalized, well reasoned faith in the proper place, which will lead to the knowledge. And that knowledge, Krishna says, that knowledge, that faith we get is brings a true perfect peace. And how that knowledge gives us the peace is the knowledge that destroy the tensions and the tensions. And how our perspective will change. Like, we get the proper perfect peace, and whatever happens, the peace will not be destroyed. Yeah, and Krishna says the knowledge will bestow such a kind of perfect peace eternally. That will be the true knowledge. That knowledge can be obtained by having unflinching faith in Guru and his teachings, that is Shraddha. And we are so blessed. We have our Sadguru Prabhuji, under whose guidance we are in action towards the self-realization. Hariom, Hariom.
That was a really good talk on the topic chosen. Indraji, can you just do the self-evaluation?
I think I read the paper much, I think, this time compared to the last time. I didn't read out much. But otherwise, I was able to quote 1 or 2 shlokas also. Yeah, that's it.
Padmajaji, your question to her?
Yeah, I think Indraji did do a good job, with all the shlokas and then the story, the Sanand story. I think it was a good story. Somehow, this morning, one of the videos, I just listened to this same story. So it was good. Indraji, can you just read out the shloka and the meaning once? Just wanted to see.
Which one? Bhagavad Gita shloka, is it?
Correct.
Meaning also.
Yeah, once.
Yeah. The translation or the shloka?
Both.
Yeah, sure. Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatparasanyatendriyah gnanam labdhva param.
Oh, I think no power in Indra's place. So we'll move to the next.
Through such transcendental knowledge, they quickly attained everlasting supreme peace.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Beautiful one.
Thank you.
Vaniji, your feedback?
I think, is she there?
Yeah, the power is gone. I mean,
Okay.
the light. I'm here. I'm online.
Fine. Yeah, the content was excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Content compilation, references were all excellent. So you said you were not reading, right, Padma Indraji?
Yeah, not much. I feel last time I was reading the whole thing, but
okay. But you
then
are
I was able-
referring to the notes in front of you?
yeah. I kept the
Okay.
points.
That is
I didn't-
fine. But one thing was eye contact with the audience.
Okay.
Maybe you can pay a little more attention to that during
Okay.
the next talk.
Okay.
It was looking as though your eyes are looking down most of the time. So
Okay.
even when you're referring to any material in front of you, it is good to just take a glance and then look up at the camera.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
the camera is, and keep your eyes focused on that, at least a good part of the time, if not all the time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when the audience feels that there is a visual connect with you,
Okay.
that is one thing. And also maybe you could pace, I don't know your general speed of talking. Is it normally fast?
Yes.
So in that case, maybe while you are speaking, you could slow it down a little.
Okay. Yeah.
Little bit. So there is more time for processing for the listener.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was thinking
Everybody
I'll
may
go out
not
of
process
time
so fast.
Okay.
People who talk fast also process fast. People who talk slowly need a little more time to process when they're listening. So
Okay.
generally it's better
I
to
thought
slow down a little more
okay.
and add a little expressiveness.
Mhm.
Like more feeling. I'm sure when you talk, there is a lot of feeling. Just
Yes.
that we are in a rush. Oh, 5 minutes. I get
Uh-huh.
it. I should finish in 5 minutes. So I
Yeah.
tend to rush through the points and I don't pay much attention to the emoting part of it.
Okay.
So now that you no longer read, that's a great plus point. And content compilation, excellent.
Okay.
So you
Thank
can
you.
pay attention next time to the eye contact and speed and emoting.
Okay. Okay, Aniji. I'll do that.
Yeah. Great otherwise.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your feedback, Vaniji. Now we'll move on to Sumaji on Samadhana and questioned by Indiraji.
Yeah. I'll start my timer. I've kept a 5 minutes timer, so start the timer. Hari Om, everyone. My topic today it is Samadhana. So Samadhana is focus capacity. So where does Samadhana stand in Sadana Chatushtaya? Sadana Chatushtaya, it consists of the 4 means and 6 virtues. The 4 means it's the Viveka, discrimination, then Vairagya, dispassion, then Mumukshitva, desire, and Shat Sampati, discipline. So Shat Sampati consists of like 6 virtues. So the Shama, which is control of mind, Dhamma, control of senses, and Uparati, resoluting inwards, Titiksha, endurance, and Shraddha, faith. And the last one, the last treasure of the last virtue, it is Samadhana, which is the focused goal or goal with supreme concentration. Like in short term, being 100% there in whatever we do. It's like Zen meditation or mindfulness. In the long term, like you never lose track of your goal. Like it's like a long train journey where like there might be like many stops that might come on your way. You get down to buy some water or snacks, but you never lose track of your final destination wherever you want to reach, and you never miss the train. So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2 and shloka 41, it goes like this. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kuru nandana bahushaka hanantascha buddhayo vyavasayina. So, O descendant of the Kurus, the intellect of those who are on this path is resolute, and their aim is one-pointed, but the intellect of those who are irresolute is many-branched. So the famous example is the eye of the bird story and concentration in Mahabharata. Guru Dronacharya once decides to test all his disciples. So he places this wooden bird on the tree, and he asks his disciples, like he calls one by one. First, he calls Yudhishthira and tells him, like, you have to aim your arrow on the eye of the bird. What do you see? Like, so he tells, like, I see the tree, I see the branches, I see the leaves, I see all the other birds. So like this, each of the disciples, they tell like different things. But when it comes to Arjuna's turn, Arjuna tells like, Gurudev, I just see only the eye of the bird. This is like supreme concentration, focused goal with supreme concentration. And then like if you're a yoga, another example is like if you're a yoga practitioner, there is a pose in yoga called the tree pose, where you have to balance yourself on one leg. You have to see the object straight in front of you and balance on one leg. If you lose your balance, you'll become imbalanced. If you lose your focus, you'll become imbalanced, and then you might fall down. And coming to our daily life, the other example is like we all have goals. At every point of life in our life, we have goals. So a very simple thing is like on a daily basis, like if you're cooking for your family, like cutting the hard vegetables like carrots or beetroots using a sharp knife requires a lot of concentration. If you lose your focus, you might cut your finger. So like practicing all the virtues like in that Shat Sampati, we can focus on our goal better. So coming to the conclusion, like Samadhana, it is also means like contentment. So when there is contentment, creativity will blossom in us. So this is what I would like to conclude, telling like when we are in Samadhana state, we can do all our activities better. Yeah. That's it from my side. Yeah.
That was a precise talk. Gayatri ji, what was the time taken?
4.5 minutes.
Since
Okay,
she said she will keep the time, I didn't keep the
Yeah. I was targeting to be in between 4 to 5 minutes. That was the time slot given to us. So
self-evaluation?
I think I did good. Maybe, I don't know. It's like, it's all about goal samadhana is. So I could give just some examples. Yeah.
Who is the Purva Pakshi?
To be asked by Indra ji.
Yeah, Indra. No questions. Very nice speech, but my side, no questions.
Yeah. So feedback by Vani ji.
Yeah, I have a small question. So in the end, you said when there is contentment, creativity blossoms.
Yes.
Can you tell us the relationship between the two?
Sure. Yeah. Basically, if you look at, there was one article I was reading. So there is this story on the Newton. Just it will take a minute. Like he was working on that gravity, like principle or something. He couldn't figure it out on that. He was sitting under the tree. He gives up everything. Like I am done. I can't think anymore. So when it was like his mind was in balance and he was like sitting and thinking in that samadhana and trupti, like contentment state, he could figure out the solution. Oh, this is what it is when the apples falls from the tree. Okay, this is the gravitational this thing. So all creativity happens when we start doing our things in the state of samadhana. Actually, like if you are a little aggressive or like if you're not calm, like samadhana also means calm, you can tell. So creativity doesn't blossom. That's what.
Yeah, very nice. So transactionally, would you define
Yes.
samadhana as coming into alignment with the present moment?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Being 100% there, like even these talks, right? We are listening. Are we there 100%? Our mind gets distracted, everything. Like every week, like every Friday, I look forward for our Bhagavad Gita class. That is like my goal, actually, being like there in the class.
Yeah. So nice talk. You kept up to the time limit. When you came to the story, I could see you relax and enjoy the narration, start to enjoy the narrating the story. You know, there was a visible relaxation. This is something I know, but actually everything you knew. Just that there was a little tension in the other parts, and in this you are totally relaxed. Samadhana came through during that story time. So, but very good talk. All points were relevant. The way in which you went about it was excellent. The story of Arjuna hitting the eye of the bird, how his focus was.
Yeah, when I got that point, the Samadhana, this is when I read that, okay, it is the focused goal with Supreme. The first story came to my mind was Dronacharya's from Mahabharata.
So very good. Just one suggestion is whether you could look at the camera every now and then.
Sure. Yeah.
So that will establish the eye contact.
Okay.
And maybe you could also use your hands to gesture a little. Here, body language.
Okay.
That will also free up your, make you feel more relaxed. When you start gesturing, if you observe next time, the minute you start using your hands in gestures, you start feeling more relaxed.
More relaxed, that's right. Yeah. Thank you.
It was very good talk.
Thank you for your talk, Sumaji, and the feedback by Vaniji. We are moving on to Guruma for her talk. Can you please switch on the video? And you will be questioned by Jayashree ji.
Hari Om, everybody. The topic given to me is Mumukshatva. Mumukshatva, in other words, means desire for liberation. And this particular desire is called as the greatest desire. Why is it called as the greatest desire? What is so special with this one? After all, desire is a desire. But this is considered to be the greatest desire. Now, if you look into this desire, it's an endless one. It's a chain of desires. And because of this chain of desires, we get into this cycle of birth and death. We take so many births because of this one desire. But somewhere after taking so many births, we understand or see the futility of these desires. And then we try to get the desire of coming out of this life, the cycle of birth and death. And that is what is called as mumukshatva. And this is the greatest desire because, and it's a desire for liberation from this feeling of incompleteness, a desire to have a permanent bliss or happiness in life. That's why it's called as the greatest desire. To understand this one, let me tell me a small story which Prabhuji generally gives this as an example in many of his talks. It's about a mother and child. A mother keeps the child engaged by giving it something or the other. She'll give some toy or a chocolate or something to keep it engaged. Now and then the child will ask for the mother, but mother doesn't go and hold it, go and catches it immediately. Again, it will give something to play with it. Again, the child's attention goes there. But only when the child says, I don't want any of the things which you give, but I want you alone. Only mother I want. I don't want anything else. And it's very firm in that one. Then the mother comes and holds the child. Similarly with us, Mother Universe gives us so much of distraction, gives us this family, this job, some responsibility, makes us run around everything that we don't have the time to even think about God. But when somewhere, at some point, we come to see that this is not what I want a permanent happiness, because all these objects are giving us only momentary happiness. When one desire gets fulfilled, we feel happiness for some time. But after that, again, our mind goes and searches for something else in the outside world, in the objects. But then somewhere we get a feeling that this is not what we want. We don't want this momentary happiness, but we want a permanent happiness. That desire comes in us. That is called as mumukshatva. And that is the greatest desire. Why is it called as the greatest desire? Because it takes you out of this chain of life and birth and death. That's why it's called as a greatest desire. And that is what mumuksha is all about. And mumukshatva, do we get it just like that? No. You must have this Sadana Chatushtaya and this Satsampati also. And that is a chain also. To get that one, you have to get a master. You have to tell who tells us about what life is all about, who takes us to all this path and slowly making us understand all this thing. So this is also a chain. But this chain is a good chain because it takes you out of all this chain of desires which we are having, which is leading us to the cycle of birth and death. So this desire and this chain is good and the greatest one desire, because it helps you in coming out of this life and birth and life, and takes you to the final thing where you recognize your own self. That is what mumuksha leads to. That's why it's called as the greatest desire. Thank you.
It was a free-flowing speech, Guruma. ತುಂಬಾ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರಿ. ದ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಮನುಷ್ಯಂಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ವೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್? ದ ಮುಮುಕ್ಷತ್ವ?
Mumukshatva will lead you finally to the internal peace inside you.
Okay. That is what is
peace and that completeness. You feel that completeness. In other things, somewhere you'll have a doubt. Am I complete or not? That sense of incompleteness will be there in other places. But here you feel complete this thing, and there'll be a peace inside you. When you feel that peace and completeness in you, that is when you reach the goal.
Yes.
Not a goal actually, but you will know that you are the own self, which you are already there also.
Thank you. Thank you. It was very good.
As Jaishiji said, it was really a free flow, and from within it came out. And what mumukshatva, what Guruji says, you told even expressively, like how he tells. And that was another teaching for us along with Guruji. So it was a very good talk. You can do your self-evaluation, Guru.
Self-evaluation, I think many of them had quoted some slokas of Bhagavad Gita or something like that. But I have not included all this. Perhaps I should see if I can find some scriptures to validate this thing, that even scriptures are telling the same thing. That is one point I thought that I should have added it. Apart from thing, I don't know. I think I covered it.
Superb talk, Mamtaji.
Thank you.
Absolutely superb. Body language, the words, the emoting, and the way you spoke, the enunciation. There was a lot of power. It was a very powerful talk, delivered with complete conviction and understanding.
Thank you.
So excellent, truly excellent. Yes, quote could have been added. Maybe Vajagovindam quote, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, could fit into that cycle of birth and death part of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, totally, you're a pro. No.
Thank you.
One small correction, still important.
Yeah.
It is mumukshutva. Many of us have a tendency, even in this group, I myself used to do it earlier. We say mumukshatva.
Okay.
It is mumukshu and mumukshutva.
Okay.
So that small correction, that's all. But I was totally blown away by your talk today.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Mamtaji, I have a question.
Yeah.
So,
I know yeah.
so so if we see this Tattva Bodha starts with Sadhan Chatushtaya, where they start with Viveka, Vairagya, and then we have this Shat Sampatti, and finally, so after completing all these things, it leads to mumukshatva, or is it like a desire for liberation can be first, and then it can trigger, I can start working on all these areas?
No, desire for liberation is there always, but we get carried out by the desires, other desires, we are pulled over the other things. That's what I said in that story. A child will every time, now and then it will ask for mother. But mother will give something else to the child and keep it engaged. So now and then we also get a desire to, what is all this about? That question comes every now and then. But then that gets sidelined, or it takes a back seat when something else comes in front of us. But only when we see that
Mumukshatva, when it is mentioned here, is this an unconscious desire for liberation, or here at this point, did it become a conscious desire for liberation? At this point?
At this point, it's a conscious desire.
So unconsciously, I have been doing the Sadhan Chatushtaya, and finally, I have come to the conscious desire for liberation.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to get a Sadguru to understand all these things. If you have to come to the final...
Does Sadguru come after this mumukshatva, or is Sadguru coming somewhere in this path? So that is also, I am not clear about that part. So mumukshatva leads us to Sadguru, right? I think that is the sequence.
Even before also we get because we have to get a clarification of what this Viveka is, what Vairagya is, and what this Shat Sampatti is. All these things we have to get it.
Yeah.
We understand all these things when this mumukshatva in the initial stages will be very slight, this thing. But as we get the Sadguru, and that's my understanding, that as we get the Sadguru, we get more and more clarity in your life. Then we get our clear clarity that we should have this mumukshatva, desire for liberation, desire to come out of all these things.
Yeah, because when Guruji said Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, in that Brahma, as Brahma, he creates the desire for liberation. So is he creating the mumukshatva, or is he coming after the mumukshatva begins in us? So I think it's not a rule book kind of thing. It can happen anytime.
Yeah, it can happen at any time. Even that Sat Sampati is not that all the six should be there in us.
Yeah.
Even one or two will also lead us to this mumukshatva also. So here Prabhuji is there. He will give more clarification on this.
I'm supporting her, okay?
He only told me that if you have any doubt, you can say, Nam Yajamana is there, so I have him here, so he'll be telling me.
Basically, for unconsciously, everybody is looking for liberation, freedom, unconsciously, okay? Everybody unconsciously, because everybody is craving for some happiness. Unconsciously, we are all living for craving for liberation. Unconsciously, we are developing some qualities like Shama, Dama, Titiksha. Uparati we don't develop. Uparati means mind constantly going to the higher, where our mind will constantly go to the money, power, and position. Shama, Dama, Titiksha, some extent will develop in life, office work or home. And all this is unconscious. Now, when is Guru coming into your life? Tell me when Guru was not there in your life. Okay? So the Guru is inside and Guru is outside. Guru inside keeps on telling you, hey, I want happiness, I work for happiness, work for happiness. It means he's pushing you towards liberation. Okay? And Guru outside, he'll get the trouble, environment, nature will give trouble. You'll get disturbed. So there also you come to, the whole idea is to come to senses. So Guru inside is pushing you for liberation, for happiness. Guru outside you is telling you the limitation. Okay, now still you are unconscious. So Shama Dama Tidiksha is developing, Uparati has not developed. So now Shama Dama Tidiksha Uparati starts developing consciously when you come in contact with Satsanga or Sadguru. Then you become more conscious. Now Mumukshatva defined in the Shama Dama Tidiksha Uparati Shraddha Samadhana, Mumukshatva is a conscious Mumukshatva. Till the time unconsciously you are there. So when it will become conscious, when Satsanga comes into picture or Sadguru comes into picture, gradually you start developing Mumukshatva consciously. Otherwise, unconscious Mumukshatva is always there. Unconscious Guru is guiding you from inside. Be happy, find for happiness somewhere. Guru is outside giving you kicks in life, karma. So Guru is inside and outside. Guru has actually, you may not be there, but Guru is there all the time in your life. Only when Sadguru comes and gives teaching, it becomes conscious.
So from Uparati part, it's only when we meet Sadguru, from this Uparati things start happening, developing.
Uparati starts developing. That's why Shama Dama Tidiksha is mostly developing. In a housewife will develop Shama Dama Tidiksha. Office you develop Tidiksha, but Uparati is not there. Our mind is constantly going for money, power, position, all those things. No. But still, the Uparati, when you do Uparati, that puja is also for success in life. It's not for realizing God. So puja, I'm saying all these things are Kamya Karma. Even for realizing God, when you do puja, you don't understand the God is inside you. You are doing puja for some gods outside. The clarity is not there.
The clarity comes after God comes.
No.
After the Guru comes.
No, clarity comes. That's why the answer is Shama Dama Tidiksha is unconsciously we are doing. Uparati, we have desire for higher, desire for money.
Shama Dama Tidiksha and all when we're doing unconsciously, there also we are not doing it to see that we develop our inner person.
No.
It's happening.
It's
Similarly, isn't this
Uparati means mind going to the higher. Atma, God.
Yeah, God only. See, at this particular time, I have to do that puja, I have to do that.
Correct. The question is,
so that particular time we go to.
The question is, what is the motivation? If I have to do puja, am I doing it regular? I have to do it, or I have to do it for success in life. I have to make sure that God, God doesn't trouble me. Like, what is the motivation? Finally,
no, Guruji, Uparati has two aspects here. One is holding on to the higher, as Mamtaji said. Second is, the intention. Whatever may be the intention, but still I am focusing on the higher. Is that valid?
Correct. So, right now, Uparati is unconscious. Okay, I want something in life. I want to be successful. I want to do dharma. These are all trying to pull us to higher. But we don't have a conscious understanding of that. I do puja every day. Why I do puja? My ancestors have told me, or I want to be successful in life. All those things, motivation can be anything. But
with that puja, you get some peace of mind.
No. Uparati means, the meaning of Uparati.
Upa means higher thing. Uparati is where you get joy or enjoyment.
So
but doing puja, you get
the Uparati has two dimensions there. Uparati is you get enjoyment, and you withdraw from senses. That's the meaning of Uparati in Vedanta. The mind doesn't go outward.
Yeah, even also here also unconsciously when you're doing some abhisheka and all, they're saying some slokas and all, your mind is fixed over. That is the main thing.
Correct. The Uparati mind constantly going to outwards, start going inwards.
Yeah.
Now this Uparati, when it happens, it will be there. Any work you do, mind is constantly going inwards. It's like a mother is working in the office, but her mind is in the child only. So here, what happens is when the puja you've done, the job is over, then your office mind goes outwards.
Unconsciously. Okay. Also unconsciously you're developing it.
Okay.
And same thing I'm telling, even Uparati gets developed unconsciously. Yes. I don't know the purpose of it.
Yes, my lord. Subject objection sustained. Uparati is also unconsciously there. Okay. Okay. Shraddha is there, faith. So some kind of faith is there. God will take care of me. People will say, oh, God will take care of me. Like that. Okay. So, but they don't have the concept of Guru. So now where you start becoming conscious, please understand. The conscious, normally people start becoming conscious when Satsanga comes into picture. They will not come to Guru directly. Somebody says, oh, I went to this, I want to study Vedanta. I got benefit. So your company, your friend gives a advice. Then you start going to Vedanta or Guru. So that's where conscious you become, start becoming Satsanga. Satsanga is the beginning point. Right? Sadguru comes next. Actually, Sadguru doesn't come first in your life. Satsanga comes into first in your life. Is it clear?
Gayatri, any more questions?
No, thank you.
Is the answer clear or not clear?
Yeah, answer is clear.
Here the mumukshatva becomes very crystal clear. Atmadana is required. Okay? Till that point, other dana is required. Mumukshatva is the desire for liberation. I'm suffering, I don't have house. I'll have to get a house. Okay, like that, you are trying to avoid suffering, get rid of suffering, but it's unconscious desire for mumukshatva.
Yeah.
Yes, Purnimaji.
So I thought Guru creates mumukshatva, but Guru comes after mumukshatva.
Correct. Guru is only creating mumukshatva. Who is driving you to get happiness? Who is giving you karma phala? You think Guru is a body?
No, I meant by the Sadguru or the
So, Sadguru comes in your life, then unconscious becomes conscious. Till that point, you are unconscious. Sadguru is driving you unconsciously from inside.
Okay, you'll reveal the root desire that which is driving all the other desires.
That is, you become conscious of that. When a Sadguru in human form comes in your life. Otherwise, throughout millions of lifetimes, Sadguru is there, driving you.
Okay.
Get happiness. Gives the karma phala. They're all Sadguru only. In the form of Ishvara.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when was the Guru is not there in your life? Tell me. You are not there, but Guru was never always there. So, I'll tell you this way. Until Sadguru comes in your life, you are driven by unconscious desires and vasanas, and Ishvara is Ishvara oversees that. Ishvara is the Guru there. Okay? He doesn't intervene. But when it comes to Sadguru, he intervenes and tries to make conscious all the things which are unconscious.
Yeah.
So, up to that point of Ishvara is the Guru, and after that, Ishvara comes in the form of Sadguru. Is that clear?
Yeah, this is clear.
Okay. Guru is not there in my life is impossible.
Yeah.
Only thing is Guru in the form of Ishvara, you don't see. Sadguru you see as embodiment of Ishvara.
Yeah.
Unconscious to conscious.
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Gayatri ji is very powerful, Prabhuji. She gave us a practical demonstration. Guru was in the background of the session. She brought Sadguru to the foreground of the session.
If Gayatri asks a question, I'll get motivated.
So we are very fortunate, Prabhuji, that we had an impromptu satsang now, So fortunate, really.
Very powerful insight, Prabhuji.
Gayatri is unconscious to conscious, we can have a separate recording.
Yes.
The question was very interesting, that's why I came in.
Yeah.
Gayatri is like a legal advocate. Okay, she is like a proper Purvapakshi. She will find out where is that happening exactly. That's what motivates me to give proper answer. It's okay. Everybody has understood. Keep quiet.
So actually, when you said the Shat Sampati is imperfect, or I think we are getting late. So okay, Purnimaji, you can move to the next thing.
Okay, sorry for interruption.
No.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Gayatri. No, really, it's impromptu satsangs are the best, treat. They're the treats. All right. So I think we have come to the end of today's session. So thanks everyone for a hearty participation. It was so nice.
So I'm very happy, Purnimaji, and everybody. It's going very nice. I'm so happy everybody speaking very, very clearly and questions. Wonderful. Only thing is some Purvapakshis are coming saying, I don't have a question. So Purvapakshi doesn't ask a question for I don't have a question. Purvapakshi asks the question to confuse the person who is asking. Okay, so that or get a clarity for everybody else. Purvapakshi doesn't have a question, but Purvapakshi has to create a question.
Yes, that's the idea actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like Prabhuji says, next time I hope all of us prop up a question, just not for our clarity, but for others also. Yeah, we do that.
Parvati keeps asking question to Shiva, not because she doesn't know answer, but for the Loka Kalyana. So Purvakshi has to ask the question for Loka Kalyana.
One is Loka Kalyana, the other is to give practice to the speaker. How to answer. So excellent talks this time. Really, everybody has spoken so well.
Yes.
Very happy.
And special mention to Vani ji. She gives excellent inputs. They are so useful to everyone. Thank you so much, Vani. Really appreciate it a lot.
It is all Guru Shakti.
Thought of such points and you bring it out like that.
It is
Effortlessly you do it.
Prabhuji doing it all actually.
Yeah, whatever, but through you. He's not doing it through XYZ. So thanks a lot, everyone. The next session I want. Before I forget, the next session I want it to be on January 10th. Regularly, we can have it on the second Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. I think this timing is suitable to most of us. So,
can we have it little early?
Like
instead of 8 to 9, can we do it something like 7 to 8 if it works for everyone?
On a Wednesday, yeah, it might work.
Any day is fine in the morning if it is a little early, like 6:30 p.m.
For you,
India
it's going
time.
to be morning, Alva.
Now it's almost 10 o'clock. So
okay, 7:30 would work, Suma. 7.
Yeah.
Huh? Because
That's fine.
somebody is 7:30 to 8:30.
7:30
We
to
will do
8:30,
that.
yeah.
Wednesday
Yeah.
evening, second Wednesday of the month.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be 10th January. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And we'll announce the topics soon enough so that people have a lot of time to prepare.
Sure.
And
Thank you.
yeah, better if each of us keep our own timer so that we don't depend on anyone. Okay, let's do that from next time. Thank you all. Kantiji, shall we close with a prayer?
Yeah. So this session was something that really adds something very important to me, because this was just a guest entry that I came because Yashmita was not there. So I got the opportunity to listen to the live satsang today. Thanks to Mamta ji and Guruji. So let us end this session with the prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you all. Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Thank you.